Hey girl, yeah, let's talk about it.
Hey babes, welcome to the first episode of Let's Talk About It. I'm revamping my whole channel because I took a hiatus. I took like 3 weeks off, and honestly these last 3 weeks have been insane. So normally when I do my little sit down videos, I'm like telling you and teaching you a lesson or something. I wanted to turn it into more of like a conversation, me debriefing about my week, me just sharing things in a less put together way, like literally me just talking to the camera, because it's one of my favorite things to do. So I decided that I'm gonna start the podcast I've been talking about, and I ordered a podcast mic, and guess what? It doesn't work for this camera, so I have to buy a new one. But this is still gonna be the first episode. I'm not waiting any longer for a reason, because I'm dead serious contemplating my life. But if you're new here, my name is Sakaya Anya. You can call me Sakaya, you can call me Anya, whatever you like, babes. Let's get started. I am drinking out of a gallon water bottle because I'm starting the 75 hard. This is my second day, and I'm honestly doing really well. I started it in the spring semester like a few months ago, and I only did it for 7 days because I could not do it in school. But the 75 hard, there's a purpose for me doing the 75 hard again. For one, because I want to win, and for two, I need to get my life back on track. So let me tell y'all a story. We had finals. It's my junior year of college, and you know, the finals week is always stressful. You have to put your attention into moving out as well as studying and making sure you're getting good grades and stuff like that. And this time when I was moving out, I was moving to a whole different state. If you don't know, I'm from Tennessee, and I've been in Tennessee majority of my life, so it's weird to be spending summer in a whole new state. And honestly, like, I love it here. I'm gonna get to explore a new city, a new state, but honestly, like, that added more stress to my final week because I was contemplating like everything that could go wrong, and then shit went wrong. Like, me and somebody else, me being secretive, I'll let y'all in later, but me and a person drove to Boston, which is where I now live, kind of. I just say Boston, you know, it's around there. It's like saying you're from Nashville, but you're not. But anyways, so we were driving. It was an 18-hour drive, and everything was going well. And if you know me personally, like, I do not like to drive. Like, I hate driving. Like, don't ask me to drive because it gives me so much anxiety. I hate driving other people. Like, when I'm by myself, I'm cool, but like, ugh, you know? So we decided to take this 18-hour drive. I had to kind of low-key beg him because I was like, look, like, I really need somebody to go with me, you know, just in case I'm a girl, I can't be traveling on my own. So he's like, all right, cool, I'll come with you. So we did 8 hours and 8 hours. So we stayed at a hotel for one night, and then it was like the halfway point was like Virginia, and then we got on the road again the next day. And so I was so excited. I finally got the new car that I was saving up like the whole semester for. And then we get on the road the second day, and I'm driving, you know, we're 5 hours into our 8-hour drive, 3 hours away from where my mom stays. And then I'm in the slow lane ready to go ahead and switch with the person that I was with, and this white car came into my lane and just kept going, you know, didn't stop. There was no reason for them to like merge onto the slow lane. They got away. We don't know who this car is, and basically I had to swerve. My car lost control, and it was either hit the median, hit the trees, or cause a bigger wreck. So we hit a tree, and my car is now totaled, and we should have died. We walked away with no injuries, for real. Like, I have some bruises and stuff on me, and his wrist was like swollen for a day or two. I was sore and beat up. We walked away okay, which is like really weird because like it shouldn't have been that way, but like we had a guardian angel. God really was looking out for us because that wreck should have been way worse than it was, and I'm very grateful to be here today. But then it also sent me into an epiphany, like, why did that even happen? Like, what was the reason for that happening? Why was that like a part of my life story, to get hit, my car be totaled, and not walk out fine? Why disturb the plans that I had going on? We had to end up getting a hotel and staying that night in Jersey and just waiting for my mom to get me. Luckily we were only 3 hours out, but it was just like, ugh, it was a stressful time. I had to pay more money for another hotel room. I didn't have my stuff for a week because it was in the car that got towed. It was just a stressful time, and it was honestly like I was angry. But when we got out the car, I just couldn't help but to laugh because I was just like, what? As soon as I saw that we were both okay, like, I'm gonna walk you through what I was like going through. So I was driving, you know, driving along, and then I'm like, bro, what is this car getting in my lane for? And then I'm like, oh my god, and then I swerve, and then it goes next thing I know, I'm into a tree. And I closed my eyes when I hit the tree, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, please just help me open them up again. And then I looked and I was like, please please let his eyes be open, like make sure we're cool. And then we both got out the car and we were fine. We were those people on the interstate where you've seen, you're like, or when you're passing a car accident, you're like, oh, that's a really bad wreck, you know? That was us. And it was honestly nerve-wracking. Like, I was shaking the whole entire time. I was just like, oh my god, like, I cannot believe that just happened. And it really scared me. Like, I have been driving recently, just like, haven't been on the interstate since, but I have been driving. But it really, like, was terrifying. Like, and it happened for a reason, but like it pissed me off because like, why did that happen? Like, after we finally got to my mom's house and stuff, and they were all at work and at school, you know, doing their little routine, and I was like, I had big plans for this summer. Like, I had so much I wanted to do as soon as I got here. Like, I wanted to film content, and I wanted to go to the gym, and I wanted to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, now everything that I had planned for the summer is ruined. And I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, so because it's ruined, does that mean that I'm not supposed to do it? But the things that I know I want to do are so in line with what I want to do, but are they in line with like what God wants for me to do, you know? Like, is it my purpose? Is it things, are the things that I desire the same things that the universe and God desires for me? Because I'm like, what was the reason? Like, there was literally no reason to put me in a car accident. Like, I don't know. And then I kept thinking to myself, like, okay, I know that I want to make content. I know that I want to be a personal trainer. I know I want to work in a gym. I know what I want to do with my life. Like, I have so many big plans, so there's no way that God is denying me access to these things that motivate me every day, you know? So I'm like, what else would I get in a car accident for? Like, I still can't give you like a straight answer of why my plan and my purpose was like knocked off. Like, my plan was to go, you know, search for jobs as soon as I get there, apply for a gym membership, I wanted Korean corn dogs. Like, I had so many plans set in stone that was just taken away by this white car that wanted to just be crazy and almost kill me. And I'm like, I was low-key like getting depressed because I was like just here in bed scrolling on TikTok every day, just frustrated, like, oh, I don't have my car to get out of the house, It was a lot. It was annoying. And then literally Sunday, which was yesterday, I was like, you know what, I'm done feeling bad for myself. I'm going to ask. I'm going to figure out what is going on. Like, why did I get in this car accident that almost killed me and I didn't die? And you know what's crazy is that this is like a segue. You're in my head right now. I'm literally telling you everything in my head, so it's gonna keep bouncing, but just stay with me, babes. Just stay with me. What's crazy is that same day that I got in that car accident that almost killed me, 11 years ago, I also got in a car accident that almost killed me and my family. Like, we should have walked away with more damage. The car was totaled. I walked out with a cut on my ear and I was fine. And then 11 years ago, on the same exact day, I get in a car accident. Like, what? And I also remember, like, after that, they like prayed over my family one time in church, and I don't remember if it was directly after that or if it was that day that this happened, but I distinctly remember, like, when I was at church, that they were praying over me and they put like cloths over my head, and she was like, yes, protect your crown, protect your head, you're gonna do big things in life, like, you need protection. She was covering me and protecting me because something was like going to keep attacking me. And then 11 years later, me and the dude in the car prior to the car accident, we're talking about our moves this summer, what we want to do in the future, what businesses we want to start, what nonprofits we want to do, and we were just talking about the impact that we want to make on the world, you know? And then we get in a car accident that almost took us both out. So maybe I was looking at it the wrong way when I was in my feelings, like God wanted me to redirect my focus and redirect my path to something completely opposite of what I manifested for myself. But that's not true. When I did some like meditation and I was like, okay, look, like I pulled some cards and I was like, look, like what was the reason for this car crash? Because I'm a little upset at you right now because like you ruined my plans. And then I just realized, like, I was relying on tomorrow to step into what I should have been doing today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was relying on, well, I'll do it tomorrow because I know I can get to it eventually. And I guess God was like, it was a wake-up call. Like, one of the cards that I pulled was literally wake up call, and that's literally what that car crash was for me. I feel like the universe was trying to explain to me that, like, you don't always and will not always have tomorrow to do the things that you know that you're meant to do. So do it today. And here I'm telling you, get up, get off your ass, stop waiting for tomorrow to come, because tomorrow's not promised. But I gave you the second chance for you to realize you need to put those plans into motion. You need to stop making excuses today so you can get closer to it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that was one of the biggest things that I learned from this car accident. But I'm still like contemplating, and I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm grateful I'm alive, and I'm not taking that away from God. Like, I truly am. And I'm not trying to be dramatic by saying like I almost died, because if I want to insert pictures, because like, if you see the way that car looks, I shouldn't be here. So I'm not taking my life lightly. I was talking to the dude, and he was like, yeah, I just realized, like, if I actually died today, I would have nothing to my name. And I don't think that's necessarily important, but you know, everyone wants to leave their mark on the world, whether you think you do or not. Like, everybody wants to feel like they have done their part, and at least have done everything on their bucket list before they leave, you know. And we couldn't say that we did. Yeah, we were making strides to be there, but clearly not enough. Like, clearly we didn't want it bad enough, because the universe was like, hey, wake up, y'all aren't doing enough for me. Basically, the universe basically told me, like, Zakiya, you're not doing enough for me. The things that I called you to do, you aren't doing. So I'm gonna wake you up. I'm not gonna take you out right now, but I'm just reminding you that you have stuff to do on this earth, so get up and do it. I'm giving you a second chance. And it's crazy because I saw a quote on Instagram. The quote said, when God gives you a new beginning, do not repeat old mistakes. And that's so real. I feel like I've honestly, like, I'm trying not to be dramatic because I'm here and I'm untouched, but when I tell you guys, like, this situation is insane, like, I'm gonna go back to the car accident scene and like just how I was feeling after. So my body was hurting and I was in pain everywhere. I had a lot of stomach pain, like basically everywhere the seatbelt was. Like, it's the seatbelt dead saved my life. Like, it really saved my life. And so I basically had pain like right after. I could barely walk, you know. And I was scared because I was like, what if I'm like bleeding internally, like, you know. The third day came, I finally went to the doctor after the car accident, and I was like, yeah, the pain is getting better, you know. And she was like, oh, well, that's not normal for people who get in accidents that severe. Like, you should have the worst pain of your life today. And I was like, oh wow, I'm healing like really fast. And then, I kid you not, I went to bed that night. I woke up. She commented on the bruises at the doctor's appointment. She was like, you have bruising here, so yeah, we should be worried about that, but as long as your symptoms don't get worse, then you're fine. And I was like, okay, I'll keep a lookout on it. I wake up the next morning, I am fine. Like, I'm not even kidding. The bruises disappeared. How does bruising disappear like that overnight? And I could move. I feel like the only reason this wreck is affecting me so much is because I feel like I've been constantly failing at everything that I've been wanting to do in my life. From school, from keeping up with my YouTube, I just feel like I'm not in the place where I want to be yet. And it's like I'm working hard towards these things and it's not coming in the way that I want it to come. So I'm like getting frustrated, and I feel like I'm doing the work, but I'm not getting the results that I want from it, you know? And so when I had this whole plan set out for the summer, and I was like, it just needs to get to Boston so I can get a head start, so I can go ahead and start on and go towards the goals and build the future that I want. And then the car said no, and basically messed up my whole plan. I'm like, dang, like, I get defeated once again. Like, even a few weeks before, I texted this person and I was like, look, like, I just feel like I'm constantly taking L's. Can I get a W? Like, oh my God. If you learn anything from me today, if I learned anything from this car accident, it's just that life is gonna life whenever life wants to life. Well, the Buddha wisdom card from the Divine Feminine deck that I have, and it said, the force of the flowing river causes the flowers, the herbs, and trees to grow. The sacred wisdom in your heart has magical power for your spiritual growth. And from that, I just got like, you have to flow in order to grow. You have to trust in your wisdom and in your power and in just the flow of life, that you're going to yield the fruit that you are meant to yield. Basically, from this car accident, I learned that like, you generally have to go with the flow. It's just like, life is going to do whatever life is going to do. And as much as we hate the whole thing of everything happens for a reason, like I was so irritated to hear that because I couldn't find a reason for me to get in a car accident and walk out okay. And I can't keep harping on the past. Like, the car accident is the past, and it's a big major setback into my summer, but it's not that serious. My mom has a car, I can use it until I get a new one. Like, it's fine. But it wasn't fine to me a couple days ago, so I'm not gonna sit here and be like, it's okay, I got in a car accident, I almost died and I'm fine, like I'm happy about it. Like, I wasn't. That car accident put things into perspective for me, and I feel like this sounds so dramatic because like you're like, girl, you're sitting here, but like, one wrong turn, if I ran into the median and flipped, I could be dead. If I caused a bigger wreck, I could be dead. We were on the interstate, but I hit a tree. And the crazy part about that tree was dead, and it could have fell on us. Your life could literally be over in a second, and all we have is the present moment. So take advantage of that. I can't keep asking myself, why did this happen? You know, I have to change my question to, what am I gonna do to make this happen? What are the steps I can do today to make everything that I want in the future to happen? What are the things that I can do today to align myself with my purpose on this earth and keep going after it? Because I really feel like God smacked me in the face and was like, Zakiyah, like, you have a purpose and you've been so far off of it. I was wasting time. Now I'm not doing that. I'm like, God, like, you don't need to send a car accident next time, just tell me when I'm meditating. Because like, what the heck? If you take anything from this, don't waste time. Be here in the present moment and go after what you know you are meant to go after. I will not make the same mistake again of sleeping on myself and missing out on so many opportunities because I don't feel like it today, because I never know if I'm gonna get it tomorrow. And it's a little dark and it's a little crazy, but that is what I've been dealing with for the last few weeks. Just really contemplating life. Like, as y'all see, I dyed my hair. Like, I genuinely feel like I had an identity crisis. I was like, is the direction that I'm taking in life the direction that I'm meant to take? This is the life that I'm meant to live, and there's something trying to take me off the path to live this life. Genuinely, I believe it's the devil. Like, because he tried to take me out twice, y'all. I told y'all, he tried to take me out since I was alive. And I shared this before, and people think I'm crazy. When I was born, I almost died. 11 years ago, I almost died. And then a few weeks ago, I almost died. He can't take me out. Me and the dude that got in the car accident with me keeps telling ourselves that we're superheroes because like, we walked out untouched. Like, for real, I really feel like I'm a superhero here to change the world, and there's some villain out there trying to take me out, but they can't do that. They can't. I know I'm meant to do big things, and you're meant to do big things. It shouldn't take a car accident. Just listen to the words coming out of my mouth. Act today, because you never know if there is tomorrow. Like, seriously, just do what you can every day in this present moment. You owe yourself that. The present is a gift, and yeah, I don't know, but that car accident was actually insane, y'all. And whew, I had so many plans for YouTube, so many plans, and so many plans for my life, so many job plans, just so many plans. And the car accident was like, no, you're gonna have to replan everything. But at least I'm here to be able to replan everything and get back on track and hold myself accountable now, because my mind is now on going after what I know I'm meant to go after. So that car accident, even though at first I was like, ugh, why did this happen? Like, I'm depressed. Now I'm like, okay, thank you for that. Thank you for that wake-up call. I have this life to get to it. You have this life to get to it, so get to it, babes. Yeah, so that has been my life lately. I'm just excited because I really feel like I'm stepping into the next chapter of my life, which is filled with so much promise and so much abundance. Like, I just feel like that car accident opened a portal for me. I don't know, like, there's a new energy in my life that is being welcomed in, that is just taking me to higher heights. But yeah, thank you for listening to me talk about my near-death experience and my question of what is life and why is life lifing right now. I hope you enjoyed listening to me. I hope you had an amazing week and have an amazing week. I love you guys. I'm so happy to be talking to you guys again. I'll see you guys next week on another episode of Let's Talk About It.
Man, I swear that she can get it. Say if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high. Hands up high.